Hi, I'm Reverend Tom Kearns. Welcome to 333 Magic 9, where the tarot cards and the astrology stars come together to help you. 2024 is going to be an exciting year with a lot of change and a lot of opportunity. And here's the energy that will be coming at you. I hope you will like this video and also press the little bell for notifications when my new videos come out. Capricorn, the tarot card for the first quarter is the Fool. It shows a young man who's headed to the future. He is traveling with only a staff over his shoulder and a rose in his hand. On his staff is a small bag that contains everything he needs. And there's a small dog at his feet, and that represents instinctive guidance. Now he's looking to the sky, showing future potential, but he may lack some practicality. Now as we look into the astrology, in January you must be a little careful the first week, as squares from Mercury and Venus to Saturn and Neptune can cause some confusion with the words you use and communications. Uranus will go direct on the 27th in the 5th house. So evaluate your romantic attractions and your creative projects. They might move in new directions. And then the Sun conjuncts Pluto in Aquarius on the 20th in your 2nd house, exposing money and budget problems. February starts nice but gets bumpy as Mars will conjunct Pluto on the 14th. That's a really big aspect. So watch your budget very carefully. The 22nd through the 25th may find you seeking exciting changes in romance, but perhaps being a little frustrated. Now as we go into March, it starts with a bang as Venus will square Uranus in the 5th house, and that can attract very independent lovers. And Mars will also square Uranus, exposing any type of manipulation in joint finances or intimacy. And Neptune in Pisces and your 3rd house will bring new ideas and travel fantasies. Just try to keep them a little realistic. Now, as we look at the tarot card for the 2nd quarter, it is the Knight of Cups. We see a man in armor seated on a white horse. He extends a cup before him. His helmet signifies imagination, and water is behind him. He suggests inspiration, creativity, and emotion. So you may receive an offer that has a positive emotional impact, and maybe have something to do with love and romance. Now, as we move into the 2nd quarter, April begins with a total solar eclipse and Mercury going retrograde in your 4th house. And combined, this can bring challenges to your sense of security and your home and family issues. So don't allow confusion to rule also, as Venus and Mars will conjunct Neptune in your 3rd house of mind, and that can do some creation of communication snafus. And there are unusual energies come when Jupiter will conjunct Uranus in the 5th, and the Sun squares Pluto over the 20th. So you may have to make some romantic adjustments. As we move into May, Mars in the 4th house energizes your need for security on the 1st. But Pluto in the 2nd house warns you to be careful how you use your money and resources. The Sun and Venus conjunct Uranus in the 5th house says that there could be some new creative urges or romantic possibilities. And Mercury will also conjunct Uranus, and that can bring new ideas. And Jupiter moves into your 6th house, so that can help with your work and your daily routines. Now, June starts with messages flying all over the place. And this can become challenging when difficult energy will move into your sixth house, and that is at the end of the month. And then Saturn will go retrograde in the third house of mind and communications, and it demands you to use information efficiently. The tarot card for the third quarter is the Death card. It suggests the ever changing cycles of nature, with endings becoming new beginnings. Your world is changing, but it's also full of new potential. So don't get stuck in the past. Keep the faith, go through the changes, and move to the future. Now, as we look into the third quarter, July begins as Neptune joins Saturn going retrograde in your third house, and that can create confusion with learning or communications. Mercury and Venus may make things a little bit more exciting, but Mars conjunct Uranus in your fifth house, followed by a square from Mercury, and that can disrupt your intimate plans and romantic plans. So make sure you're being cooperative with other people. Now, as we move into August, Mercury goes retrograde up in your ninth house, and this can disrupt some of your ambitious plans. And mid-month becomes volatile as Mars, now in the sixth house, will square Saturn and conjunct Jupiter. So control yourself in work situations. You may make mistakes, and Saturn in the third may affect your ability to analyze information. As we go into September, the Sun in Virgo up in the ninth house creates a need to spend time on educational projects. So be especially aware around the lunar eclipse in the third house, which occurs on the 18th, and that can really upset your thinking and communications abilities. Stay focused so you can help other people understand the information you are trying to share with them. The tarot card for the fourth quarter is the Four of Wands. This is one of the happiest cards in the tarot deck. It combines the energy of the four, which represents positive energy on the material plane, with the wands, and they represent happiness and expression. This suggests a good time for success in material and spiritual concerns. Now, as we look into the fourth quarter, October begins as Jupiter goes retrograde in your sixth house, causing you to rethink your work responsibilities or expansion plans. Pluto going direct in the first house will help you understand the power of your personal expression. And there will be a grand trine in water and mixed aspects, and that'll keep everybody's emotions flowing. So join them and go with the flow. As we look at November, there is tension in the air as Mars in the seventh house will oppose Pluto in the first house, warning of partners who may try to manipulate you. This is followed by the Sun up in the 11th house in opposition to Uranus in the fifth house. So you're going to need to balance any business, networking, and friends against your personal romantic needs. And Mercury will go retrograde in the 12th house. So adjust the way you think about your secret problems and don't tell them to anybody. Now, as we move into December, Mars will go retrograde in your 8th house, and that asks you to tone down your inner passions and listen to others. But Neptune will go direct in the 3rd house, showing you the importance of clear thinking. And Venus, now in the 2nd house, will oppose Mars in your 8th house. So don't fight over money, joint investments, or intimate issues. I'd like to thank you for watching. I'd like to thank you for listening. Please like my videos and share them with your friends. And remember, this is the best time to prepare for 2024 with a private psychic and spiritual reading or a natal transit astrology chart. And you can order them at my website, professorastrology.com. And I hope you have a fabulous new year.